Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford Paddock. I am Adam Mckola. We are back with another Transfers Live. I'm here on my own tonight, so you'll have to bear with me on the ones and twos, mixing all the graphics and all those kind of things. But I am here, and we have got loads of news to get stuck into. Sorry, I was like a minute or two late. I did get distracted by Ravel Morrison's goal for Derby against Salford tonight. It was a fantastic goal, 3-3 at the moment, and it may go to a penalty shootout. Not that I want to distract you from what we've got going on right here, which is Transfers Live, the transfer news live show, which is brought to you every night by Stretford Paddock around 9:30 p.m. I say around. We try and do it every night at 9:30 p.m. Some nights it happens a bit later. Some nights it happens a bit earlier. You know, some of the lads have got lives. I tend to not have one, but we're here anyway. And you know what? I'm so excited right now as well because we've got a big day tomorrow. We're with a couple of United legends potentially. Now, I never like to speak about these things before they happen, so I'm not going to mention their names, but I can't wait. But let's get stuck into this news video anyway. And we have got loads coming up for you today, including Rafael Varane, including Anthony Martial, including... Like, there's loads. There's so much, in fact, that I've absolutely forgotten what I'm talking about today. So let me bring my notes up, and that's not my notes, what I've just clicked on there. Let me find these bloody notes. I can't even find them. God's sake, what is going on with me right now? What's the date? It's the 10th. I don't know what's going on with me right now. But anyway, I can't find my notes. Who needs notes? I will freestyle. Let's go. What's next? This is next. Rafael Varane has completed his medical at Manchester United, and he will complete his move to the club tomorrow. We have seen him in quarantine, location, Manchester, doing kick-ups, keeping himself a little bit warm. You know, obviously he's not putting himself through anything rigorous like pre-season training, but he's keeping himself warm, he's keeping himself fit, he's keeping himself on his toes before he can join up with Manchester United after that quarantine. That quarantine ends tomorrow. He did some of his medical today. I don't know if that means he did some of it, you know, from where he is currently. Maybe they did it online. Maybe they sent a doctor who was this. I don't know. But anyway, he had part of his medical tonight, and he's likely to complete that move tomorrow. And there's reports as well, which I'm sure is music to the ears of Man United fans, and definitely music to the ears of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, in that, you know, this guy right here is so keen to get involved and get on it with Manchester United right now. He's so keen to get involved. It's similar to Bruno Fernandes, who has been keen to get involved with everything that's going on at Manchester United. And, you know, he just wants to play every single game. And Rafael Varane's the same. He's not saying, let me get back, let me get fit. He's saying, yo, I'm ready. Pick me. I want to start. Obviously, Ollie's probably unlikely to pick him to start in this game. But nevertheless, he is going to be involved in this match. And it's a great sign to see, man. You know how refreshing it is to have players like Bruno Fernandes, like Rafael Varane at the club, like Harry Maguire as well. Look, I've been highly critical of the likes of Harry Maguire over the last 12 months. I thought some of his performances at the start of the season were shockers, but he got over that. He kept it stepping, he kept it moving, and he improved as the season went on, culminating in a fantastic Euros. We've got a lot of players within this squad now that have the right mentality. Varane being one of those, Maguire being another one of those, Luke Shaw, when you look at what he's fought back from, you know, when you look at the midfield area and you look at Bruno Fernandes and you look at Pogba, fantastic players, world-class players. And you look up front as well, Cavani, you know, Rashford, who's always got a point to prove. He updated us on his operation today. And, you know, it's looking like he's going to be back in training in a couple of weeks. He won't be able to resume full contact training. I think it was 5 weeks, they said, and then he'll get back in the mix. So, you know, Marcus Rashford's getting closer to a return for Man United. And we've got players throughout this squad that are just born winners, that want to win football matches. Jadon Sancho being another one of those that we've brought to the club. He's a player that regards himself and considers himself someone that can be one of the best in the world, if not the best. And that's what you need at Manchester United, players that want to be the best. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Varane number 4, right? Says Scrappy-Doo and Anthony. We're hearing that, but obviously anything can happen because Phil Jones is at the club. Are they just going to take the 4 off him? I know from what us guys would think, it's a no-brainer because Phil Jones never plays. But, you know, they'll probably think and consider his thoughts. Maybe wait till he leaves and then changes the number. I'm not too sure, but I would like to see him given the 4 because it just shows this is the man coming in. But does a number really matter? You see Lionel Messi today unveiled as number 30. Like, numbers don't really matter, and players will make them their own. Yes, you know, Jadon Sancho probably wants that 7, but he'll wait. He's not going to kick up a fuss about it. And Rafael Varane will be the same. These players just want to win football matches. These players want to win trophies. You know, if they're wearing the shirt that they like at the same time, great stuff. But if they're not, I'm sure they're not overly concerned. And I'm not too sure about Varane, obviously, but in terms of his own commercial dealings and things like that. But is the number 4 that big for him? I'm not too sure. Ahmed Pervez says, will Pogba be sold this summer? The reports suggest, and I believe, no. My personal feeling is Pogba will be at the club. We'll wait and see whether he signs a new deal or not. Maybe with PSG just getting Messi and having signed so many players on big wages, Pogba becomes a little bit difficult for them. And then as a result, you know, we just sign Paul Pogba to a new deal, which is made easier by the fact that we haven't got as much competition. I hope Paul Pogba signs a new deal, but I don't think he'll be leaving in this transfer window. That is for sure. Richard says, that's 7 shirts for Mason. He's wearing the 11 shirt, isn't he? So why would he move to 7? I'm sure he's happy with that number 11 shirt. Aaron Gooden in the house. Thank you for joining us, mate. Hope you're doing well. Sean Patrick McDade's there as well. Hope you're doing good. Will Varane be ready for Saturday, says Ross. Probably not match fit, ready to start, but he's raring to go. He wants to be involved. So I'm sure Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will put him in that squad. Of that, I have no doubts. Because you can have 9 subs now as well, innit? So why not just put him in there? What have you got to lose? Moving on from Rafael Varane to another defender that United was supposedly signing this summer. And now it looks like it might not happen. Although, for me, it could be a ploy to see what Atletico Madrid do. See if they want to raise the funds. See if they do want to sell him towards the end of the window. And then Manchester United, you know, swoop in and bring him to the club. But at the moment, it looks like Manchester United have ended their pursuit of Kieran Trippier. We hear there's a £30 million price tag. And this was coming from The Athletic and Laurie Whitwell. And we hear that Diogo Dalot has been given an opportunity to rescue his career at Manchester United. And he's risen to the challenge that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has set him. I'm sure Diogo Dalot's looking at Luke Shaw and thinking, Ole, give me a chance because, you know, I can. If you could do that with Luke Shaw, you can do something with me because he has fantastic potential. But we are hearing that Diogo Dalot has been given a new lease of life by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and that, you know, we heard from O Jogo as well, which is a Portuguese newspaper via Sport Witness, where they said Diogo Dalot has responded to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's trust, adding to his good performances in training. So it looks like Diogo Dalot could be set to stay at the club, when it looked like maybe he could head out on loan, especially when, you know, you were looking at a €5 million fee maybe for his loan deal. Is there any point doing that? You may as well keep him in the squad. In my opinion, you know, I think Kieran Trippier would be a great option. And if we sign him towards the back end of the window, all right, cool. I think it's a good bit of business. If you get him for the price you want, 15, 20 million pounds. But if you're looking 30, 38 million has been reported elsewhere for Kieran Trippier, I'd rather see Diogo Dalot given an opportunity. He did well for AC Milan last season. He's a little bit raw, but I like what I see from him. And in the fact that you got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's an uber defensive fullback, you have also got, you know, Diogo Dalot, who's a little bit more attacking. He's looking to push forward. He's looking to make things happen. He's looking to chuck a step over in, and I'm not talking Phil Neville. So I do like Diogo Dalot. And this isn't the worst news to me. The main move that I want to see United make is in that midfield position. So if this right back move for a squad player right back doesn't happen, then I'm not going to be massively, massively disappointed. That's for sure. Moving on from that, we go to another story which has been in the press as well. Although I'm not reading too much into this one. Corentin Tolisso has been linked with Manchester United and the Metro, so make of that what you will, are reporting that Manchester United and Arsenal are ready to battle it out for Corentin Tolisso. Now, you've already seen my reaction to it. Do you know what I mean? I'm already saying I don't feel like this one is anything. Now, we know, as I just said, United are probably, or hopefully, going to be in the market for their midfielder. But is the Frenchman Corentin Tolisso that man to fill Manchester United's midfield position? I'm not too sure personally. Let us know your thoughts. Would you take him at the club? Would you like to see Corentin Tolisso becoming a Manchester United player? Martin Dowski with the super chat says, I miss watching Jones play. I hope he gets more time this season. Probably one of few, but it would be nice from a purely human level to see him get fit again, play a few games and get a move somewhere and play football. Because that must be all he wants to do, is just play football. Of course, he's handsomely rewarded and he earns a lot of money and all those things, but he must want to play football, surely. Surely you want to play ball, bro. It's a sad state of affairs, isn't it? I feel sorry for him, to be totally honest with you. It's not nice at all. Corentin Tolisso, though, Chris says, Tolisso, lol, he can't even stay fit. So that's what you get from there. Then we've got John, who says, Tolisso, no. And on that note, and Glenn says, just say no to Tolisso. So on that note, we will move swiftly on from that. And to another story now. Of course, this is titled after Anthony Martial, and we will get to that story very, very soon. But next up, we're looking at the talks of another striker, Luka Jovic, who's been linked with Manchester United. And we hear, according to Tribal Football, that Manchester United were aiming to sign Luka Jovic 18 months ago instead of club cult hero Odion Ighalo. We're not going to revitalise that move, I'm for sure. We've got Edinson Cavani in now. Unless somebody moves out, I can't see us being in the market for a striker. And if we are in the market for a striker, probably not going to be Luka Jovic. Is it? No. Moving on. And this is probably why we're not going to be in the market for a striker this summer. Don't rule anything out for next summer. And we've got a story in regards to potential signings next summer. But Anthony Martial, who was linked with a move to Inter Milan as a replacement for Romelu Lukaku. Now, as you may or may not know, yesterday on Transfers Live, on this very, very show, I sat here and I said, Anthony Martial is going nowhere this summer. Not just because I'm Martial FC, not just because I want to see him given an opportunity to prove his worth again this season, but also because it doesn't make sense for Man United to let him go, especially to Inter Milan on loan. Why? What happens if Greenwood or Cavani get injured? We're fucked, bro. Cavani's not even in England at the moment. He's going to have to quarantine when he comes back. He's not going to be ready because he had a prolonged break because of the Copa America. We need Anthony Martial at this very moment in time. No Rashford, no Cavani. We need him. If we get an injury to Cavani or Greenwood, we need him even more. So that didn't make sense there. And then selling him to Inter Milan or loaning him to Inter Milan, a club that already owe us money for Romelu Lukaku and aren't in a great financial position, just didn't make sense either, especially on a season-long loan with an option to buy and all this stuff. Didn't make sense. And we hear today from James Docker that Manchester United have no intention to sell Anthony Martial this summer. Now, even though I am Anthony Martial FC, and even though I am Anthony Martial's, top fan, I love him. I think he's a fantastic player. I think he has to step up this season. I think he was awful last season. He has to step up this season and deliver the goods. But I think he's a top quality player, and I think it's been a little unfair, some people writing him off. But we hear in the Telegraph that Solskjaer wants to work with a big squad to help him manage the threat of COVID-related absences, fatigue and injuries, and considers Anthony Martial to be an important part of his plans. Now, next summer, that could change. Edinson Cavani may leave. You might sign Erling Haaland or something like that. And then you've now got to, Anthony Martial is probably not going to be a backup striker. Marcus Rashford looks like he's locked down that left-hand side. I'd call it a 50-50 if they were both playing for the left-hand side spot. But Marcus Rashford's the future of this club. So you could potentially see next summer a scenario where this could become a possibility. But Anthony Martial being sold this summer doesn't make sense for him, for us, for anybody. Especially to Tottenham and Inter and the clubs that you hear linked with him. It's just not going to happen, is it? And I'm great to hear that. And hopefully he gets off to a flyer at the start of this season. He had 5 months out, so maybe we need to give him a bit of time to get fit, as we do with everybody else, as it's just pre-season. But he's got a big season ahead and he needs to deliver. It's as simple as that. And I think he will. 25 plus goals, 30 goals this season for Anthony Martial. Promise you. Moving on. Haaland, main target for next summer. Haaland will be Man United's #1 target next summer. Agents' fees and wages are likely to cost £200 million now. Obviously, the papers talk a lot, don't they? They boost these prices up. Now, you hear that it could be potentially £70 million with the release clause to Borussia Dortmund. I think it's like 67 million or something like that. So let's say that's 70 million. So we got to make up 130 million here now. You also hear about a potential 40 million to his father and agent or something like that. I think it's 40 million anyway. 40 million. So let's say you pay that to his agent and his father. So you pay 110 million pounds for him. And then the wages could be the other 90 million because the papers like to do that, don't they? So the wages, 90 million over 5 years. What's that? What's that? 90 million over 5-6 years. How much is that? My maths is failing me. But it's not that, like, it is possible that it could go up to 200 million pounds, you know what I mean? So, with that being said, maybe it's possible for be 200 million pounds. But 15 million a year. 250k a week. 300k a week. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Yash is helping me out there. So yeah, around 17 mil a year. So if you're looking at that, it could potentially be a 200 million pounds deal. Is Erling Haaland worth it? Does he still have something to prove? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Should Erling Haaland be Manchester United's #1 target next summer? Do you want to see Erling Haaland signed by Manchester United? Get your thoughts in those comments below. Keep it locked to Transfers Live. That is the last story of the day. So we'll keep this stream rolling. Mr. Barrel says yes. Yash says yes. Chris says absolutely. Disciple says automatic, which I think it means yes. Just Know says can see him going to Bayern next year. Erling Haaland, I don't know what that means. He is ruthless, says Ragul. No Haaland, says Alien. No, says Ahmed. DCL is the way. Whoa. Mason Greenwood is #1, says Alien. Martial is a month older than me and we're writing him off, says Sean. Yes, Defo, the man is a beast, says Thomas. I'd love a player like Erling Haaland, says Ross. And it's about 375,000 a week. So, 200 million pounds. A lot of you guys think he's worth it. Would you like to see us focus on Mason Greenwood? Would you like to see us bring in Erling Haaland? Get your thoughts in those comments below. Let us know what you're thinking about that. Make sure you're keeping it locked though as well. This has been Transfers Live. We'll be back tomorrow with the news early morning as well. We've also got Raphael Varane talk coming as well. Because obviously he'll sign and that'll be done tomorrow on an official basis. So can't wait for that stuff. I've also got that shoot tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to. And hopefully we're allowed to post pictures on the Instagram and stuff, and you'll get to see them tomorrow. And then we'll have some video content out later on in the week too. So make sure you're keeping it locked to Stretford Paddock, the best fan channel about. Until next time, I've been Adam Mckola. I'm out of here.